I know what you're thinking. That's one sexy green station wagon you got there. Is that a carbon fibre hood? It is. Is it peeling off? It is. Today we're going to show you what are the causes of a vibrating car while stopped, like we are right now. All right, so we got to open the hood here. Look at that. It's just glistening, right? This bad boy is 108 horsepower. And these don't really have many problems of vibrating. So this video is going to be for anybody with any car. Now, let's give a scenario. You're idling, you're not driving, you're at a stoplight. Something's clunking, something's rattling. And this is a very common problem with a lot of cars. The very first thing you want to check are the engine mounts. This is a sideways mounted engine. So you have an engine mount up here, engine mount in the front, engine mount in the back. The best way to do that is just to grab a hold of the engine, rock it back and forth. This one's like totally solid, but if you can move the engine a lot, or if you go in there and hit the brake and gas at the same time, the engine's rocking a lot, that can cause a lot of vibrations, right? The second thing is misfire. If you have an engine that's misfiring, whether it's from spark plugs, from coil packs, fuel injector, bad fuel, you can take a scanner. If you have a check engine light, you can see what it says, which cylinder is misfiring. If you have a code, you go on the internet, look it up, see which cylinder correlates to cylinder 1, 2, 3, or 4, and go after that and figure out what it is. Now, another situation is things rattling. Now in this car, there is a cold air intake, and you can see this is actually a factory cold air intake, but that kind of gives a recipe for disaster on rattling. Anyhow, that's another one. Another one is the exhaust pipe, and we'll go around the back of the car here and finish this video up. The exhaust, if it's an aftermarket exhaust, or if somebody's run over something and bent the exhaust system, is going to rattle, right? Just yesterday, this car had a totally different exhaust system on it, so we put it back to factory and just put a tip on it. But yesterday, it had a little bit of rattle to it, as you can see there. And that's not always going to be the case. There's also many other things rattling, interior pieces. Depends on if it's a cheaper vehicle, like a Chevy or a Ford. A lot of the interior panels will rattle and clunk around. So look for all that. There's many layers of things it could be, and this video is only for symptoms while the car is stopped. Now, if you have engine noise, not so much a rattle, a rod knock, if you have lifter issues, any kind of issues like that, that could also cause a clattering noise. And this video is for people that are not very car savvy, more of a beginner, your 16-year-olds, people just starting out. If you maybe live in the city and don't own a car, maybe you just bought a car, you're used to taking the subway everywhere, maybe you live in New York or somewhere like that. When you move out of the city, you have to drive, you have to have a car, and you need a little bit of, let's say, knowledge on vehicles. So that's gonna be it, guys. I mean, probably 100 other things. That's the most common things. Hope this helped you out just a little bit. We'll see y'all later.